in it. He has a good code. I also think there's good villains in this too. I mean, Cole Hauser is a good villain in this.
He's a bad person.
Yeah, but he doesn't think he's a bad person, which I kind of like.
Right.
He's just there. So, and then they got Fry just being sassy with everybody, calling people like what is she calling? Something pounds of white gutless white meat? Like, who says that? Like, that's some chess right there, Norbert.
That's right, man. That's what it is. You're 37 kilos, 70 kilos of gut, because you're 79 kilos of guts white meat. That's why you can't think of a plan. And he's like, "That's fucking right." And this guy's just high all the time.
Man, I would just
Dude,
melt.
Morphine is. I've never done morphine. I have in the past smoked a joint or two. Morphine is like 1,000 times stronger than cannabis. This guy is shooting up morphine 2-3 times a day, and he's still good enough with the gun, and he still manages to keep his focus when he's trying to intimidate small children and Muslim clerics. He's a bad guy, bro. He's a bad guy.
And then Carter Verone.
Too
Fast, Too Furious.
Oh, jeez, here we go. No more Fast and Furious.
Do you watch Yellowstone? So Cole Hauser right now plays a guy called Rip on Yellowstone, and he's just this brick of a human that destroys people. So now is the time for Carter Verone to come back into the fast world, but beefy Hauser, not svelte Hauser, and then have the fight. Beefy Carter Verone versus beefy Dom. Do you think Vin Diesel? Well, I was gonna make a joke about racing NASCAR, and he's like the Dominator, which would be Richard Petty. Bad joke. Never mind. But any final thoughts about this movie before we get out of here?
Well, my final thought is that when monsters are eating children, you're watching a very dark movie.
Literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively. Okay? Because let's be clear, 3 children are murdered in this movie.
Man.
Okay? These monsters are no joke.
They're just mean. They just want to eat. That's why I like these monsters. There's no games with them. They just will eat you.
None.
They want to eat
None.
you. And that makes them scary.
None.
And I like that.
None. These monsters have eaten everything that breeds or crawls on this planet, including each other.
Man, what a nightmare world. What a nightmare. Like,
yeah.
David Twohy made a joke that the little things escape immediately because they're like, we're out of here.
Yeah.
They don't want to get eaten by those big old monsters. So,
Not at all.
No, this was awesome, man. I'm really glad you suggested this, and I'm really glad that we're going to be talking about the franchise. But I had a blast doing this, man. So thank you so much for joining me.
Same, baby. Don't forget, my next podcast coming up is going to be called the Pitch Black Workout, cardio and strength training to make sure that you can drag a 35-kilo power cell 600 meters. No problem, regardless of how many dangerous, bloodthirsty monsters are trying to kill you. Pitch Black Workout.
I'm going to make you do that. We're going to spend at least 15 minutes talking about that. So you better be ready.
Cardio and strength training. The key is the glutes, baby. The glutes.
With circuit training? Is that, yeah. I used to circuit train when I was training MMA.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
It's good for you, man. Like the explosive movements.
100%.
That's
You're
right before I moved to
tires
Korea.
and rocks at each other. I believe it.
Well, this was fun, man. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, sir. Good night.
All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Norbert B. Morvan. Wait, B or P? B. Richard.
Let's say B.
B. Norbert B. Morvan.
Norbert B. Morvan. Absolutely.
This is Movie Stones and Flicks. We'll see you next week.